He's played characters like Indiana Jones and Han Solo, but today Harrison Ford, the action hero, had his own real-life and very dangerous adventure, or perhaps more accurately, misadventure. He crash-landed his plane in the middle of a golf course in Los Angeles, and ABC's Brandy Hitt is on the scene tonight.
Good evening, Dan. You can see the wreckage here behind me. Harrison Ford's crumpled plane where it made that crash landing on the golf course. The nose destroyed. Emergency crews saying they're surprised the actor survived this crash, and tonight he's in fair condition. The pilot of this downed plane, movie icon Harrison Ford, pulled from the wreckage of his World War II era plane, alert and conscious after crash landing in a golf course in Southern California.
At approximately 2:20 p.m., the Los Angeles Fire Department received a 911 call of a plane that had impacted at Penn Mar Golf Course.
Ford's son tweeting tonight at the hospital, "Dad is okay, battered but okay." He is every bit the man you would think he is. He is an incredibly strong man. Not too far from the image we have come to know of him in the movies, the adventure-seeking, larger-than-life characters who make a habit of death-defying feats of flight, like in Indiana Jones.
You know how to fly, don't you?
No. Do you?
6 days, 7 nights. And as Han Solo flying the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars.
Sir, the possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
Today, the 72-year-old actor piloting a vintage World War II era plane with stars on its wings. His trip beginning at Santa Monica Airport. But less than 2 miles from the airport, something goes terribly wrong with the engine.
53178, engine failure, immediate return.
Ford radios in for help. Air traffic control clearing a runway.
Ryan 178, runway 21, clear to land.
He tries to turn back to return to the runway, but the plane can't make it.
It looked like it was short of the runway.
Look at, he's gliding in right here.
No.
Look closely. This is the plane. A nearby resident capturing on cell phone the plane in descent.
Oh, no.
Disappearing behind the horizon, the plane crashes near the tee of the 8th hole at the Penn Mar Golf Course. Elaine Miller saw it all happen.
But I'm assuming that there was no engine power since he appeared to be gliding in with no noise. And we watched as he slowly went down onto the tee box of the hole where we were, about 100 yards away.
She says she ran to the site.
We got to the plane. There was one man in there. Somebody then said at that point, it's Harrison Ford. I don't think anybody had any idea or cared before that. The goal was just get him out of the plane, get him safe, and hope that he's okay.
Fire department and emergency responders were on the scene shortly after.
They found a single-engine plane aircraft that had had a medium to high impact in the ground with one male victim, approximately 70 years old, who at the time was conscious and breathing.
Paramedics secured him to a gurney and then rushed Ford to the hospital.
The pilot reported a loss of engine power and was attempting to return to the runway. It appears that he clipped the top of a tree and came to rest on the golf course.
Amazingly, this isn't the first time Ford has crash landed. A helicopter he was in went down in 1999. And the next year, he crash landed a plane in Nebraska. But Ford has been landing planes safely for the nearly 20 years he's been flying, telling TMZ about it.
What's the one thing somebody should know about flying a plane?
How to land.
Thank you, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
But perhaps the title of his documentary, Just Another Pilot, says more about the way he sees himself. A guy who simply loves to fly.
Not a bad way to spend the afternoon.
A passion he shared with Barbara Walters in a 2008 interview.
You fly. You have planes. You fly your own plane still.
Yeah.
What does flying give you?
Oh, man. A lot. I love the freedom of flight. I love the places you go. I love the people in aviation, the people that I meet in aviation. I love seeing the world from an airplane. I'm in love with flying.
The plane he flew today was a 1942 Ryan PT-22, an antique manufactured the very same year Ford was born.
To fly these really old airplanes is fairly dangerous, and you take on a level of risk.
Risks pilots are trained to deal with.
And it sounds like he did a good job of getting the airplane pointed back towards Santa Monica, but he just didn't have enough altitude to glide all the way to the airport. And so he had these fairways in front of him, and he did his best to keep the airplane flying, didn't stall it out, and so it looks like he did a really good job under the circumstances.
Ford is spending tonight at UCLA Ronald Reagan Medical Center, and according to his publicist, is expected to make a full recovery. No word yet on whether he'll return to the cockpit. For Nightline, I'm Brandy Hitt in Los Angeles.